Welcome everyone to another video, and in this video I'm going to be doing some Twilight Cup practice. As you can see, my team here is Azumarill, Alolan Muck, Frostlass, Toxicrow, Wigglytuff, and Venomoth. I might make some changes, like I might try using Togekiss, but I also like Wigglytuff a lot too. But Togekiss has like cheaper energy charge moves, such as Ancient Power, which is going to allow it to get to, it's more likely it's going to get to a charge move. And then as well, Ancient Power is really good coverage. So we'll see. And then I'm also looking to smack down Tyranitar. We'll see how those play out. But anyways, so I posted on Twitter asking people to send me battles. I sent them my team so they can kind of formulate some team structures that would be good against my 6. So certainly at disadvantage, but I am also not that great at the charge moves yet. I think I hit excellent maybe like half the time. Fairy is certainly one that I haven't practiced enough on. So you'll see me like randomly struggle here. So this matchup here is decent. Like Charm is doing good neutral damage here. And I am not sure if I should shield or not. I decide to not shield, hoping that it's just an Ice Beam. And it is. And then on this turn, I decide to play rough just because I'm not gonna, as you can see here, I look like a total idiot here. I probably get like 80% of them. It's shielded anyway, so it doesn't make a huge difference. And then decides to go for the Ice Beam, which makes sense. Decent chance that I could feint down this Azumarill. And then I decide not to shield, even though like maybe I could have won out the race and got switch advantage, but I decide that I like my Toxicrow having energy, and he decides to switch in his Toxicrow. I have a shield advantage and the energy advantage, so this is going to be a pretty easy win for me. And he definitely didn't want me to farm his Azumarill. So here I'm going to shield, and then I'm just going to farm up a little bit past. I probably could have took a slightly bigger risk, but you know, doing these charge moves is like pretty distracting in terms of my strategy. And then so we battle, and I get the excellent on the ground ones. I think I get that one majority of the time. And then the Azumarill is going to come back in. I do. Here I am a little bit worried that he has enough energy at this point in time, almost enough energy to get Ice Beam. I probably could just fade it down with counters, but I didn't want to take the risk. And the last Pokemon is Skuntank, so I'm able to almost take it out with this Mud Bomb. And then I just switched to. I probably could just finish off with Toxicrow, to be honest, but I just switched to Frostlass just to do that neutral damage, and then as well get to a charge move if I need it. So no need for that. So GG there. On rematch, I do 2 battles with each of these trainers for the most part. I think we actually air on this one because I try to go in. Try to go in at this moment, and I think we air. I want to, if I recall correctly. Which is fine. Next battle will start shortly anyways. I haven't, played around with Alolan Muck too much, but I definitely see it as a viable Pokemon. So this is for best friends. I actually don't end up getting the best friend bonus. So I lead off with a Wigglytuff again. Unless I run into a poison, which actually I think I end up walking to. Oh no, I end up Frostlass. This is an okay matchup. this Frostlass, obviously these avalanches will hurt. This Powder Snow is not doing very much damage. And then here I thought I was clever. I'm switching Frostlass. Shadow Ball wouldn't do very much damage to Wigglytuff. He does a Shadow Ball. I was like, Jesus. He switches out, which I think was a mistake there. Switching out. Because now he's switch locked. And then I'm going to be able to farm up his Skunk Tank. I think if he would have stayed in, it would have been better. Because it's not like I had a hard counter to Frostlass anyways. So here, I'm going to be committed to farming. And then if this is a Flamethrower, it's actually good for me. It's probably better to bait up to a Crunch and then double Crunch. Because most people tend to shield their Toxicroak. Unless they know that they're, like, against Tyranitar. The Tyranitar only has Crunch and, well, I guess some could have Fire Blast, conceivably. But both those moves are going to be resisted, so they'll tend not to shield. But so here I have, like, a pretty significant energy advantage. And doesn't shield. And I probably could have fainted down, but I didn't want to take the risk. So I'm going to come with Wigglytuff, absorb the Mud Bomb, and we come back to Frostlass. And at this point in time, I can just faint down Frostlass with Charm. I'm wondering if that Frostlass only has one move, maybe? So we got Best Friends of Wave God 5. And we're going to go into the second match. Gonna lead with Azumarill, I think. Or do I go the Toxicroak line now? Yeah, I lead with Toxicroak. I think in this match it actually threw me off, and you'll see here how the fast move actually threw me off. And I don't want to say it's an error. It probably was still the appropriate move for me to switch. But you'll see in a moment what I am referring to. Mirror Cup is a little, maybe a little overwhelming, but you know, we'll be able to handle it. It's just like a lot of material to cover. I'll probably cover Boulder after Community Day, because I'll have access to Swampert, which will probably be the Mud Boy of choice. So I decided to switch it. I realized afterwards, I'm like, man, these wing attacks are hurting. Nope, he is running Bite. So, not good for me. So I'm able to hit Excellent on the... And then I do a really poor job under tapping. And then... Not in this particular moment. There was no under tapping anyway, so I just got gifted the energy because it's one of those like one turn moves. And so here there's no shields left on this Golbat. Debating whether or not it's Shadow Ball or Poison Fang. Either one, Azumarill will do a better job. Toxicroak will do a better job tanking the first one, but I decided to come in curiously with Toxicroak, and I go with Ice Beam to try to. I have no idea why I went for Ice Beam. I should have went for Play Rough. That's definitely my mistake. I should have no shield, so I decided to shield here, which is also a mistake. Able to feint it down. Here comes the Golbat. I decided just to get rid of it. These bites are super annoying. Even though they're resisted, they still do like a pretty good chunk of damage. So I got the Ice one down pretty down pat. And then here comes Frostlass. And then you'll see here, I'm just so bad at this fairy thing. I just keep thinking it's a circle. And then I almost stayed there. I was probably like 2 off, so but just so bad. I decided to let my Azumarill go because I have Toxicroak in the back, and I just need to land one Mud Bomb. It's pretty much a wrap. Basically these counters will basically faint this this Frostlass. But decided to go for the Mud Bomb anyways. Get the Excellent. And GG there on match number 3 in my practice rounds against my Twitter followers. Definitely doing less battles than I want to, mostly because this lasts a little bit. Usually I do a lot of battles per day because I'm doing a video on it, but I'm not doing. I think we end up having some sending errors, so I'm just gonna fast forward a little bit. Wait for Big Eager 7 to send me a battle request or accept my battle request. So I'm doing a little bit less battles because I've been shoutcasting people's tournaments instead of battling. So I do want to do a little bit more battling over the next little bit. So this is not good for me. I don't have a great option. And then here I try to time it. And I think I get it. Get the Poison Fang. Frost is going to resist the Poison Fang, so it's pretty decent for me. And then here I kind of make a strategic error. I guess I'm comfortable with taking the shield advantage. And then here I just not good enough to. It's too much of a delay. Not good enough to hit that piggyback. And obviously shield. And I was really hoping I could get to it. Maybe if my Frostless was a little bit better, could have. But unfortunately did not. And then here I want to come back with Wigglytuff. I think he lags a little bit. And then here comes the Sludge Bomb. And then I'm going to shield. I might have got not hit by 1 or 2 counters. Let's see what comes back in. We're both lagging here. It's very hot in my apartment. It's a hot summer day. Decide try to go for the piggyback. It's way harder to know whether or not you actually did it or not because of the way the camera angles, and plus we're experiencing lag. And then at this point in time, I just want to do as much damage to this Golbat as possible. Not able to. And at this point, I think if he goes for the Shadow Ball, he ends up winning. But I think he panicked a little bit. Shadow Ball would have been 3 more wing attacks, which would have put it really close, because 1, 2, 3, 4. So 4 could have went for the Shadow Ball. And then here's where's my first mistake in regards to Thunder Tapping. I'm just so focused on these charge moves. I still need to refine it. I don't know if I could KO with Mud Bomb. I should have. No, I think the Ice Beam actually legitimately beat me there. It's not like I was not that I did another counter. I could have did Mud Bomb. I have to take a look at the numbers. So let me take a look at the numbers now. I'm not familiar with the matchups good enough yet. So Mud Bomb does 39 damage which is less than red. So that Azumarill was like just above red, so I definitely needed to land that Sludge Bomb to KO it. Sludge Bomb does 108. 108 plus like, 5 counters only does like 140, which means that the Azumarill would have like 4 or 5 HP left. And then this Azumarill is lagging, so I stop. But then I think because he thinks anyways, so at this point in time, I'm like, I think he thinks I'm lagging when I'm stopping. So he's stopping, and you see, like, oh man, I just do a terrible job. I am getting the excellent, but do a pretty terrible job. And I think he's loading a lot of energy. He must be at 100 energy by now. I'm sorry that. And then does a really nice switch to, nope, not here. Maybe next one. I missed it. Okay. And then here comes Golbat. And then I'm a little too slow on the switch. Again, trying to rush the switch. I decided not to shield. This will do about 25% damage. But now I have energy reserved. And now we're just doing super effective damage to each other. I decide to shield, thinking it's going to be a Shadow Ball, and it is. And then now I'm committed to just fainting it down with Confusion. And then I'm going to hit Poison Fang, and then see whether or not this Poison Fang would KO Azumarill at this health. So I go for back-to-back Poison Fang. Able to land it, which is great. Shield. And then at this point in time, I get hit by... I could faint it down with Confusion. A little risky, but I decide not to. I'm pretty sure that there was Toxicroak in the back, but that Venomoth would have been such low health that it wouldn't have mattered. So I gamble a little bit, but I definitely don't think I was in too much danger at that point in time. And then here I miss 2 at the beginning, and then, which is not good, something I need to work on. And then it doesn't matter how many I hit here, as long as I hit like basically 1. But I hit them all, and we get the Ice Beam. So take match number 5 or something like that in the practice. I forget how many matches I did. Maybe 6. No, I do 3 more matches after this. So again, this Golbat, I definitely have to figure, this Golbat lead is going to be pretty bad against me. I think Frostlass, Azumarill, Venomoth all can handle it, but people are still... They're like not bad matchups. This Golbat has pretty decent matchups. And then Shield. I think it's going to be Shadow Ball, which is a good shield by me. And then here comes Tyranitar, which is really bad for me. But I'm going to get a shield out of it at least and try to get the second one. But again, I do a really poor job here. I have the energy. And then I just like not under tapping, not in like tournament mode yet. I'll get a little bit closer to tournament mode as we get closer to that month. You'll start seeing those under taps coming through, because that definitely would have helped me either KOing the Tyranitar or getting a shield. Getting a shield actually would be more advantageous, just because then this Golbat. and then I switch out to Wigglytuff, get some decent damage. But yeah, so like if I would have got that shield, I would have been able to KO this Golbat with Ice Beam, and then I could have saved the shield for Toxicroak later on. But you know, not under tapping definitely cost me, and I probably should have shielded that Poison Fang, but you know, it's pretty much GG's here. Really well played. Good job conserving the shield, because I was actually banking that it was gonna shield, and then try to like, you know, get the energy advantage, like feint it down or something. I don't know what I would necessarily be thinking, but and it's a wrap. So well played. I have a Golbat as well, so I might consider. It's such a good Pokemon in this cup. If I had Togekiss, it's like a little bit less of a worry. Not that poison doesn't necessarily do more. It's actually Togekiss is a lot squishier than Wigglytuff, but I have access to Ancient Power, which I'll get to a little quicker. I could probably even get there. Togekiss versus Golbat. Nope, I cannot get there. Anyways, so maybe it doesn't make a difference. Yeah, I guess I wouldn't get to it either way, but if I had an energy advantage. So we're in the Azumarill mirror match. I think this is where he does a clever switch. So we're both like waiting ridiculously long time for each other to make the move. Pulls the trigger, and I think he does a swap. So this is a nice swap. Maybe if it wasn't Toxicroak, maybe something that like purely resist it, like oh my gosh, damn. I'm embarrassing myself. This Venomoth will absolutely wreck. I probably should have did less than whatever 3/4 damage I did there. Did like half damage, then probably would have been a little bit better off. Built to front me a little more. Here I do like kind of a poor job. I do think that this is Poison Fang, and it is, and I don't know what I'm thinking here. I'm waiting way too long, and because I waited so long, I end up losing energy, which you'll see in a little bit. So dumb of me. And then I'm gonna come back Azumarill, and I'm gonna let this Poison Fang come through. Nice play there. Oh, if I would have got that Poison Fang, then I wouldn't have to worry about this slash shield as well. And then this Azumarill comes out, so nice switch. Oh my gosh, what are you sucking? Just like too rushed. And then I decide to come out with Toxicroak. Again, like I should be imploring strategies to consider hitting Mud Bomb. Especially once... I should know once I hit red. Oh, I do come Mud Bomb. this is play rough. And then it's kind of a rush to the charge move. But I have the energy advantage. I could have under-tapped that Ice Beam. Got it one turn earlier, or a little earlier. And then just barely win that second match there. But yeah, overestimating Venomoth, trying to feint down Golbat, definitely cost me that second Poison Fang and the shield, and almost cost me the match, because it would have been relatively straightforward after that. So again, I lead with Wigglytuff, Dark Paladin, one of my early channel members, one of my early supporters, so thank you very much. One of those, like a very high level trainer, was in Season 1 European Championships as well, so I always know whenever he sends me a challenge, it's going to be a really tough one. And then here I get a little confused. I guess I should have came Toxicroak maybe to mirror. And then I decide to click on Ice Beam just because Ice Beam can KO. And I get the excellent there. And here's my mistake. I was hoping that he was going to spam the charge move. And I'm like, okay, he probably clicked Ice Beam. No. Clicked Play Rough. Nice play. And then, instead of having a full health Frostlass, I end up fainting. 2 shields. Just dumb moves, I mean. But, early practice. Because I definitely could have, landed an Avalanche. And here, he's just waiting. But it's pretty much a wrap. And then at this point in time, I gotta commit to... Nope. I guess I tried to burn the shield. Because I know he has energy built up. So, then at this point in time, I am just focused on... I probably should have waited for the piggyback. Go for the piggyback. But at that point in time, he might not have shielded. So that would have been not good for me. Probably actually wouldn't have shielded. And then goes for Frostlass. I lag a little bit here, but I'm pretty much going to lose anyways. I could have gotten a free Mud Bomb. I potentially could have got another Mud Bomb off, but then the Frostlass would... And then Toxicroak would have just came in and KO'd me anyway, so... It doesn't really matter. So GG there. Really well played. And if you guys learned something from this video... give this video a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe. Comment below on what cup your community is doing, and let me know. I'm going to be covering each of the cups and doing battles. Obviously not going to be as concentrated as one of the monthly cup, but I'm going to try to help everyone as much as I can. Alright, thank you, and I'll see everyone in the next video.